Hello there, Nigerian football fans and fanatics. Thanks once again for joining us on We Talk Football. Today, we'll be talking about the mixed fortunes of Nigerian players in their respective clubs across Europe over the last weekend. Before we go ahead, please don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up accordingly. On Friday, it was disastrous for our Super Eagles defender William Troost, who scored an own goal for his club Watford, but his club managed to stay afloat and beat Derby County by 2-1 in the English Championship. Chidozie Awaziem in Portugal was on song for Benfica as Benfica beat Moreirense by a lone goal. That was in the Portuguese league as well on Friday. Moving on to Saturday, Henry Onyekuru played the whole of 90 minutes and was replaced by Ryan Babel, the Dutch international, for his club Galatasaray as they beat Alanyaspor by 1-0, and they're still top of the Turkish league. Ogenekaro Etebo played the whole 90 minutes of that game, and they have been able to keep Galatasaray on top of the Turkish league. It was a very, very unfortunate one in the English Premier League for defender Semi Ajayi, who handled the ball as the last man in the West Brom defense, handled the ball and was red carded. He got sent off in the first half as West Brom managed to hold Burnley to a goalless draw. It was 0-0 at the end of that game. So Semi Ajayi put his colleagues in jeopardy, but they managed to hold out with 10 men for the greater part of the game and finished it goalless. Ajayi, has to be said, has been a permanent fixture for West Brom in recent weeks. Alex Iwobi did not start, but he came on for the last 4 minutes of Everton's. What can I say about that victory? Everton beat Liverpool in a Merseyside derby, and that was a big one for Everton. Iwobi managed to play just 4 minutes of that game, and it was a big win for Everton, 2-0 over Liverpool at Anfield. Lookman was one of the high points of the Nigerian players in Europe, as he scored the only goal to see his side 1-0 victors over Sheffield United. Ola Aina played the whole game. Josh Maja was also in action, though he didn't get on the score sheet. Moses Simon in the French league continues to fly the Nigerian flag in the French league for Nantes, as he played 67 minutes of the game against Marseille. The game ended 1-1 at home to Nantes. Marseille managed to hold them 1-1 at home. Francis Uzoho was on the losing side as his club Omonia Nicosia in Cyprus were beaten by 1-0. Apple FC was beaten 1-0. Jamilu Collins was in action for Paderborn in the German second division as well. He's been consistent for his club, as they managed to beat Sandhausen 2-1, and they remain 10th, I think, on the second division in the German league. On Sunday, Chidera Ejuke, whom I'm strongly tipping to be an integral part of the Super Eagles, managed to come on this only for I think about 17 minutes of his club's defeat to, I need to pronounce this name properly, Khababrovsk in the Russian Cup. Ejuke did not play. He came on the 73rd minute, and his club CSKA Moscow, Ahmed Musa's former club, defeated SKA Khabarovsk, I hope I got that, in the Russian Cup. It was very, very calamitous. It was very scary in Italy when Victor Osimhen had a head collision and was unconscious for a while. Had to be rushed off the field to hospital when Napoli lost 4-2 to Atalanta. Osimhen eventually regained consciousness from Feelers Week here, and he's been okay now, but he still has to be monitored in hospital to ensure he's fully okay. His season has been very eventful, but it's been very eventful off the field, not on the field, where he's just managed 2 goals to date. But he's been down with the coronavirus. He's had a series of injuries, and just this weekend on Sunday he had he went unconscious during the game. We wish Osimhen a very, very speedy recovery. Wilfred Ndidi was as majestic as ever and helped Leicester to beat Aston Villa 2-1 away and maintain pressure at the top of the table. Kelechi Iheanacho was on the bench and didn't get to play in that game. Samuel Kalu was a substitute after 60 minutes as his club Bordeaux fell 0-2 to Nimes in the first division in France, in Ligue 1 in France. In the Dutch league, we had a very, very unlikely scorer. Tyronne Ebuehi managed to get on the score sheet. He scored his club FC 20's second goal in a 2-2 draw at home to Feyenoord. They got into the 2-goal lead under 14 minutes, but they capitulated somehow and allowed Feyenoord back into the game. Feyenoord scored first half, and then got equalized in the second half, and the game ended 2-2. It was Ebuehi's first goal for FC 20 ever since he joined from Benfica in the summer. Samuel Kalu returned from injury, and managed 5 minutes of Villarreal's 1-1 draw to Athletic Bilbao. He's been injured since, I think, January 18th, and he's just coming back to full fitness. So he's been eased into the games gradually. He was on the bench over the previous week, and now he's played 5 minutes of this game against Bilbao, where they drew 1-1. Fenerbahce surprisingly lost at home to Göztepe, who has 3 Nigerians on their books. Fenerbahce actually has a Nigerian, Bright Ajayi Samuel, who played for the whole of the game for Fenerbahce, but they were beaten. They were beaten at home by Göztepe, who has Obi Nwobodo, Anderson Esiti, and Brownie Deye. Brownie Deye came on the 90th minute. Anderson Esiti came on with 16 minutes to go. But Obi Nwobodo managed to play the entire 90 game. He's been an ever-present in the midfield for Göztepe. Kenneth Omeru, as usual, was in action for Leganes in the Spanish second division, and they defeated Tenerife by a lone goal. He was in action for all 90 minutes. In Scotland, Joe Aribo once again was on the score sheet for the second game running as Glasgow Rangers thrashed Dundee United by 4-1. Leon Balogun was also in action, and I think Glasgow Rangers are running away with the Scottish League because they now have 18 points clear at the top of the Scottish League. Maduka Okoye, our goalkeeper, like his compatriot Francis Uzoho, was in goal, but his club Rotterdam were taken down 2-4 by Ajax of Amsterdam. Ajax are the leading team on the Dutch Eredivisie, and it's no surprise that they were torn apart 4-2 by Ajax. Paul Unachu failed to find the net. He's been Nigeria's hottest striker in Europe this season so far. He failed to get on the score sheet, but his club Genk fell 1-2 at home to Beerschot in the Belgian league. We hope he can regain his scoring form and lift his club further up the table in the Belgian league. On Monday, which was just yesterday, Shimiwa Kwo played the last 18 minutes of Crotone's away loss to Juventus. He couldn't do much to salvage a point for his club, and they lost to Juventus. Zaidu Sanusi, who played against Juventus just last week in the Champions League, was again in action for FC Porto as they defeated bottom-placed Maritimo. Maritimo has not won in their last 5 games, and they were beaten 2-1 by Sanusi's FC Porto in the Portuguese league. So that's a brief rundown of our players, the Nigerian players, and how they performed over the last weekend in the various European clubs. We shall be giving you this weekly update on how the Nigerian players are faring, but that's if you subscribe and give us a thumbs up accordingly, and we'll be back with more videos more interesting about your favorite teams, the Super Eagles, Manchester United, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid. We'll have them all here for you, so please subscribe and tune in with us, and we'll see you again very soon.